Right, hi everyone, I've gone and got myself a new camera, a new second-hand camera to test and review as, how good is it for a second-hand buy. So what I've gone and got the Nikon D600. A full-frame camera with 24 million pixels, and it has the same sensor as the Nikon D610 and the D750, and that is considered to be one of the best sensors that are out there. So in terms of sensor, this is a fantastic camera. The minor upgrades that were done to the D610, the upgrade to this one, were it got an extra half a frame a second, frames per second photos, and I think that was it. there's all slightly different auto-focusing mechanics kind of stuff, but nothing that would really make you kind of go, holy crap, I need to go and spend an extra £200–300 on a different version for that. In terms of body wise, it's pretty dinky. One of the differences between this and the D750 is that they said the D750 had it was almost the same shape, but it had a deeper inset here, so it was meant to be more comfortable on the hand. What I would say is this is feeling pretty darn small. It definitely feels small compared to the Nikon D800, and the buttons on the back as well feel small. However, the hand grip feels, I'm actually straight away thinking that the hand grip here is better than what is on the D750. Again, that's is dependent on the size of hands, the shape of hands, what kind of lenses you've got holding on it. But I always find the D750, that bit was really quite sharp and sore on the finger. Here, I don't know, we're talking about millimeters difference, but I'm finding that a little bit more comfortable in my hands straight away. In terms of how well this looks absolutely pristinely clean, and absolutely no complaints about the actual the condition of the camera. Autofocus is working, and I've done all the tests there to check for any sort of oil spots. The D610 came out after Nikon got a lot of abuse because there was dust, oil spots, stuff like that on the sensor whenever people were taking photos after a certain number of photos had been taken. And everyone's like, what's going on here? And so Nikon was, oh no, it's not, it's just dust, it's just dirt. And they brought out a whole new camera with a different shutter mechanism. This has got the older shutter mechanism, which had the danger of possibly causing dust and spots on your images. However, what I would say is that the price point which this came in at, a lot of people were shooting bright, sunny outdoor shots at like f/22 and suddenly going, oh, I've got dust and spots, and were too afraid to do any sort of sensor cleaning. There's also an in-camera hypersonic shakiness thing to get rid of any dust as well, which you need to set on this, which you should set on any camera that's got it straight away. But I think the major part of that was a lot of people just kind of going, oh my god, the first time I've ever shot with a full frame sensor, and not being brave or confident enough to do any sort of sensor cleaning. So always have sensor cleaning swabs and a blower thing as well if you're getting a full frame sensor, because it's such a massive thing for stuff to, especially when you're doing that forward and backwards, you're sucking air in and out, that can cause certain dust to be floating around inside the camera. However, this doesn't have any, which is good. Battery life on this, that's something I'm going to be testing out kind of straight away. I do like the double SD card slot, same as what you get in the other two as well. The buttons though, the D button, or D lock, whatever you want to call it, that is pretty tiddly. That is very, very, very small, especially when you compare it to something like what you got on the Canon 5D Mark II or the Nikon D800. And also no back AF on button. However, you can program it so that this becomes the AF on button here. But otherwise, I'm liking the more information that you get on the top LCD screen than you do on the D750. So yeah, it's a real give and take. It seems to be more comfortable, more information, and pretty much same everywhere else in terms of that. Weight-wise, it feels fairly light. Can't complain about certainly light compared to the D800. And in terms of weight with the Tamron 24-70, it's not feeling balanced. I would say that's whoa, heavy lens, light camera body. With the D800 in this lens, it was like, yeah, that's balanced. This feels very lens heavy going on here. And the 24-70 is going to be a standard lens, and obviously it's a big heavy one with a vibration compensation, all that kind of stuff in it. However, there is a definite like, oh, it's falling over. Oh, it's definitely heavy on the front instead of having more mass in the actual camera. On the top as well, the buttons I don't like. We need to have this lock button in case you ever accidentally switch settings. That is a fiddle. That gets annoying very quickly. I do not want to have to press that down at a 3-finger job there. And even smaller, this tiny little nail breaking button here for changing it to single to continuous, low, continuous. Oh, let's hear the quiet mode. Okay, so if we're taking a photo, let's take a photo in single. Let's hear the sound. That sounded okay. I will be taking off that digital beep noise. Continuous high. Pretty good, pretty good. Happy with that. That was all in RAW. Now, quiet mode. Oh, let's hear. Yeah. I cannot see myself at a wedding going, oh, if I've got it in quiet mode, suddenly I'm going to be like a ninja, no one's going to hear me. Now, in fact, that actually sounds louder. The initial slap sounds louder. Oh, I don't know. Quiet modes, just shut up. Totally ignore them, of no importance whatsoever, and do not work. So yeah, so I'm off to the Botanic Gardens in Edinburgh to go get some shots with this to see how well it goes. But in terms of sensor performance, I'm expecting high quality, because the sensor in this, being the D750, was amazing. There shouldn't be the only difference is D750 sensor, through a bit of jiggery pokery, went up to a native 12,000 ISO. This one is at 6,000 ISO, or 6,400, whatever. So that's only minor difference that goes on there, but that's more a software firmware upgrade rather than an actual sensor development going on. But yeah, I do like the eyepiece is good. Yeah, good amount of info there. Liking that a lot. So yeah, about half the price, if you can find it for about half the price, around about that of the D750. I'll be interested to find out if I find out any more negative things about this. But let's see if we get the flash up. Good flash as well. Okay, off to test this out more thoroughly.